first Blackguards proved that a band of selfish, cursing vagabonds and ruffians could be likable saviors of the world, and its sequel is no different. Happily, the areas where it differs are where it improves. No longer does it weigh down progression with complex skill lines and combat with a succession of missed shots. Instead, it allows players to focus on the best part of it, tactical RPG combat. It's still slow in parts, but developer Daedalic has dumped most of the baggage that was holding down the previous release. The action here centers on Cassia of Tenos, whose years of imprisonment under a gladiator arena serve as a backdrop from the opening tutorials. She's a fascinating heroine. The ensuing chapters trace the development of her madness and lust for revenge, as well as her complex relationships with the three memorable rogues from the previous game. But while Blackguards 2 locks you into a specific character, it's extremely generous regarding the business of leveling her up. Gone are the token classes and the cumbersome aspects of the ability point system. Here, Cassia is fully customizable, and it helps that developer Daedalic has simplified the talent trees in the leveling process without sacrificing much depth. As a result, you can spend less time confused about the details and more time fighting. Improvements to combat greatly enhance the core business of battling monsters and ruffians on a gridded tactical battlefield. The first Blackguards faithfully followed the Dark Eye franchise's system of dice rolling to a fault, to the point that most magic and melee skills were prone to missing their marks. In the sequel, however, almost every ability hits home. Spell effects are much flashier, and many maps allow you to place your heroes as desired before the fights begin. Thankfully, this hasn't made the battles any less challenging. Instead, the new design ensures that you spend more time occupied with the fun business of using environmental effects for cover and destruction, without worrying whether your spell's even going to hit. That also translates into faster battles, at least relatively. Blackguards 2 is a slow game, and many of its roughly 20 hours are dedicated to watching each individual enemy march their way forward a few tiles at a time. In some of the more crowded maps, I found myself wanting a means of speeding past the enemy movements. The diverse selection of scenarios and settings does much to remedy this, as does the new strategic world map that breaks up some of the linear elements of progression by retaking cities lost to the enemy. It works well in part because each town provides different units and items that make Cassia and her friends more powerful, although the need to reconquer becomes somewhat of a chore later on owing to the lengthy battles. Nonetheless, Blackguards 2 improves on its predecessor in almost every other respect. Daedalic effectively removes the elements that made last year's release annoying at all the wrong moments and left its players with the best parts of the experience. It's still a methodical, almost plodding game, but now it's easier to find the fun and to enjoy its world and characters. For more on Blackguards, keep it on IGN.